Hopefully it does. It'll be really unfortunate if it doesn't work. Oh. What? I don't know. Oh. It... Ah.
It's the site. It works.
Can you hear yourselves?
Yeah, I can. I muted the site.
I didn't break anything!
Congratulations! I'm glad you got it to work. It's really amusing. It opens up with me worrying or like saying that it'll be unfortunate if it doesn't work. So glad that that's where we go to. I also love you. Have not numbered the session. It's fine, but it's amusing.
I forgot what number we were on.
That's fair. Let's see. 1, 2, 3.
I have it in my notes. I was gonna do it later.
The 11th, I think. Unless I'm counting wrong, which is very possible. I've counted wrong before. Numbers are difficult. Okay, let me... Nope, that's... I don't
I'm also on
Where's the
11
Shrouded?
according to my notes, so...
Good. I'm glad that I got my own session date number. That. Yep. I got things correct. Oh, I was changing how I did dates. Yes, there we go. So that way I can better track it. So it is still the 2nd. No. Okay, I think I have everything.
Just swallowed a chunk of lead. It's okay.
Huh? You can't just casually say you swallowed a chunk of lead. What do you mean you swallowed a chunk of lead?
You know how Kronko pencils have like lead chunks in them? I was changing out my lead chunks and I may have swallowed a piece because I don't know. You know, I didn't do it on purpose.
Why are you eating your mechanical pencil?
I was pulling the eraser out, but it's hard with my hand, so I just pull it out with, you know, my teeth, and a chunk of lead slipped past it down my throat, alright?
Why are you pulling it out with your teeth?
Because it's hard to get a grip. I don't have nails.
Yeah,
I can't grip the eraser. I was trying to pull it out because I was putting more lead into the back of the pencil.
Fair enough.
I
Okay.
didn't like
ready?
I
We're
was
all here.
be that weird. Yeah, I'm here. We're not all here, but
Well, other than
R.I.P. Izzy.
They're not
They're not
dead.
dead, they're
They
just not
are
here.
not here. Yeah, not here for now. We don't know when they're going to show up. Is Ace here?
I'm here.
Okay, just making sure before I move us over. Okay. So, as we return back to Lunarum, we had our party started the day with a new knowledgeable vampiric ally in Samara Gloaming, the Lunar Sentinel. Seeing an opportunity, she made an offer to help you all along, as she could tell one of you, at the very least, was undead, and the others have some sort of connection with necromancy at the very least. And while she assured you all she would make no attempt to snitch to Simon or anyone else, she did assure a group that she was better at protecting undead against specifically the Revenants than most. If you should accept her offer and to potentially join the Lunar Sentinels, so you had a sanction and allowance to heal and use reviving magic and healing magic freely without any sort of risks. Of course, with no pressure on her side. You took her offer into consideration and found some books, spent some time in the Crimson Library reading about various topics that interested you. Muno and Mare went to check on Coco, was given her information from the actual stable hand. There was only a little stress that was happening. Also apologized for her younger brother who had sort of imposed himself to take care of the horses, and also the hippogriff that is currently being boarded there. Shawin and Iskra made their way to the Smoke and Steel. You browsed the wares, reunited, I guess not really reunited, but saw once again a small tiefling child, and went from the blacksmiths to Tutley's potions, even browsed the market for some information and other various items that you all needed or wanted. A few of you hearing whispers of nobles in town on the down low. However, one whispered word was the one you all really wanted to hear, is that DNI was being met at the Moondrop Inn. Splitting even further, there was perhaps a strange meeting at the potion shop with Shawin, where they met a Sunflower Alaroon, who gave more information as to where Willow might be. It's 2 different spots within Blood Moon Alley. Eventually, informing or getting back together with the group, Shawin, being tailed by Mare, went to find and meet with Willow, who had a interesting greeting and seemed a little bit upset and sharp with Shawin for being chosen to prove herself for something, even though it was not specified what, but prove herself worthy before she was allowed to enter a den that was within Lunarum. Then went off even more to do your own things, as Iskra was on a date with Poppy, being led back to Poppy's house within the Death District. And there was some late night reading from Mare, and Shawin headed to bed a little bit early, and lastly, a fox's curiosity getting the best of him, as he wandered into the Lunar High Walls, where no one's allowed to enter alone thanks to the heightened criminal activity within Lunarum. As one of the revenants tailed him, and unfortunately was involved in more than he probably wanted to, as Muno discovered there were illusionary guards placed in front of Diani's manor, a noble who has gone missing for a certain amount of time that was not specified, but pretty recently. And even though there was guards set up there, they were very much not real. There was a bit of back and forth as Simon then had the house surrounded, but didn't exactly want to barge in without letting perhaps Samara know, considering she didn't want to go behind her back in ways, wanting to work with her. Simon and Muno both headed to the Crimson Library where Mare was, barging in. And we... and toss us in here. Now we return as Simon enters and see Samara walking up to that railing, noticing both Muno and Simon in here, looking confused but also quite upset.
Sam,
Yes?
I have nothing but a black screen. Is that like on Roll20's side, or is that because my token doesn't exist?
I have a black screen as well.
Whoa, there is a black screen. Oh, weird. I don't know why that is. The Crimson Library is still a thing.
Oh.
Okay, going back here.
Now I've got a map.
Yep, there's technical difficulties. I don't know why that's black. Now it's white for me. So I don't know. We're not going to that map, I guess. But
It'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm sure it's perfectly fine. No problems here. But Simon sort of walks in front of you, Muno, and looks at Samara. Samara, I'm sorry. I know you didn't want me to enter, but there's something important that's going on within the Lunar High Walls. And before he can continue, Samara, you can tell she's trying to hold back some sort of anger, and her voice seems louder, projected, and echoing within these halls. Do you understand? Oh, this is beyond what I thought you would do, Simon. You are not allowed within the library.
I request that he come here.
You did. Even
Yeah.
though you understood, Simon, you allowed someone to convince you to come here. And Simon shakes
Listen,
his head.
I'm gonna interject here. My apologies for speaking in between you two, but some illusionary magic has been seen in Dahani's manor.
Oh, so you need
Wait,
magic. Is that
no,
it? No,
here-
no. You are speaking in my library. Hush! And her voice echoes out even more, and some of the lights start to flicker and turn like a dark purple. Simon, and he says, I know, we came here so it's not a slight against you. And she scoffs, a slight? You seriously dare ask my help? What game are you meaning to play at, Revenant? And Simon looks confused. Of course. Before I throw you and Muno out of my library, I want to know one thing. Why were you assigned to Lunarum, Simon? Do you care to enlighten me why a place that the Revenants thought was safe has suddenly been sent such a high-ranking person? And Simon seems confused, a little flustered, and even just with your natural insight, Muno, you can tell that he feels a little called out. And Samara continues. You were given a last chance after your own jaded past and failings. I will not let you project a problem where there is none, so you can feel better about yourself and make up mistakes of your past in my home. But fine. You say there's magic involved. It is still within my home. Speak. What is this pressing problem? And I don't want to hear it from you, Simon. Muno.
So, I decided while the rest of my party were gonna do their own ordeals, I was curious and wanted to take a stroll through the lunar high walls. With doing my stroll, since I have a natural affinity to see through illusions, I saw that the revenant gods that were guarding the manor were illusions. And for a manor that was recently broken into, the inside was clean, untouched. So, I notified the guard that was walking with me to go talk to Simon here, to bring him over. Seeing that we didn't want to re-break into a supposedly already broken-in manor, we came to you as well, since you also have gods around and want to help the people. So, that's why he is here, to get your help. We didn't want to have one side of the law. We wanted both. So you can have him speak some more on it. But that's what I'm gonna say.
Very well. Well, I'm not surprised that you have information wrong. Especially you, Simon. You were assigned here pretty recently, but the ongoings of Count Nilsarin, Diane, and the other nobles within the Lunar High Walls has been of some rumor. The Buckmore Manor as well, recently, one of the nobles there was mysteriously taken. Diane has disappeared at some point within Sun's Height, was presumed dead. So, it wasn't just broken into, it was protected, because it's considered a ongoing investigation of sorts. The Revenants didn't seem it very important for some strange reason. Neither did Count Nasarin think it was very important, considering Diane's jaded past. The only thing that was found was his overturned cart on the way to Hexfield. I'm sure you understand that that's not a... It's becoming a pattern, to say the least. Simon nods, kind of looks to you, and Mare, who is here, Muno. Yes, we have reason to believe that there's actually one of the Death Riders' hideouts, or one of them is at least watching that road because of that. It's not the first time people have gone missing or been completely killed, eradicated. Whatever the Wraith is doing has been there. I wasn't fully informed on the Diani situation, probably because he's been in shady things. That's news, not full news to me, but news that anyone other than the Revenants knew about his dealings. Look, Samara, what Muno's saying is true. There's illusioned guards, which means the guards that I assigned to Diani's manor are missing as well. That's not the first missing person that we've had here. There are deceptions around, and I'll admit I'm in over my head here. I am working with adventurers out of desperation to some extent. Not that you're not capable, looks to Muno and Mare, but usually, officials take care of this. But I do just want to do right by Lunarum. So it would be great if you did help. And Samara takes a few breaths. Fine. Then show me to Diani's manor. I suppose the more the merrier. Just as long as we do this before sunlight. And she walks down the stairs towards you, and Mac, Uldir's large hunting dog, sort of walks behind her and suddenly stops weirdly. Samara looks down to him, and he does this weird motion with his head and then bows strangely, and Samara seems to realize something. Okay, before Diani's manor, this is important. Uldir's taken over Mac, which means he wants to and needs me to see something. If he starts to pull us away from Diani's manor, I doubt this is connected. I might have to follow him. We'll see what happens. Let's go. And she kind of walks ahead of you as Mac almost takes the lead, leaving the Crimson Library. And, pretty immediately as you try to leave, Muno, you notice, pretty strangely, there's a woman that walks past you guys. I mean, there is some people that are still out and about. It's not too rare. This woman almost looks like in a stupor as she starts to walk up the gallows steps. And both Simon and Samara look even more confused. Mac, stops, but he doesn't seem to be going in that direction. But before any other moves can be made... Brooke, you did come back, right? Just making sure.
Yeah. I mean, Sheldon's asleep, so...
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The lady just goes, fireball!
Somehow gets into the Hobbin Tavern in your room. Fireball.
Mm-hmm.
You were woken to fire. No. So, showing you a bit in your room, and perhaps didn't mean to fully fall asleep just yet, but found yourself almost being drawn to at least a nap. And in your dreams, or as you are sleeping, you find that you are walking through what looks to be a lovely garden maze.
I gotta find a pencil, hold on. Okay. Garden maze. Okay.
What do you do? Just explore?
Yeah, stick to the left wall.
You do. And for a while, you've looked around, you're alone in here. It is strange, but, you've had dreams before. Why not be a little garden maze? And then suddenly you feel a presence next to you, and you see a little girl next to you. Looks to be
Is it
elven,
familiar?
half-elven. You're not sure, but not familiar to you. She looks to be maybe 8 or 10. You're not sure, but she seems very young and very happy to just be strolling in this maze with you as her hand holds on to yours. You don't know why, but you know her name. Bryn.
How do you spell that?
Bryn. I posted it in chat.
E-R-Y-N. Okay. I have a friend by that name. That's weird.
No.
You said, I was like, this can't be spelled the same way. No, it is.
Well, that's a strange coincidence.
I don't have any friends that are
Where-
named Bryn.
Wow.
Are we?
She looks a little confused up at you. We're in the maze, our family maze. Are you okay?
I don't recall a family maze within my family.
No. But she seems to not pay you too much mind as you seemed confused and sort of pulls you along further into the maze. And leads you into an opening in what looks or feels like the center of this maze. You're not quite sure why you know that, but it seems like that. And in that center, surrounded by these multicolored tulips, mostly magically enchanted to stay here and in bloom for as long as they can, without it being too odd. And you know that these were her favorite. And it starts to occur to you, you're probably not yourself in this. It's weird. It feels like a dream, very real, but also a bit of a vision in some ways.
I'm gonna... Oh my god, do I have legs?
You look down. You indeed do have legs.
She's gonna do
Ariel.
something she's never done before. She's gonna kneel down and get a flower. For Bryn.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
so weird to her.
You do so, and Bryn sort of walks off to a well in the center of this opening. Something that she has been known to do a lot. It is just, there's a well there. She likes to throw the tops of these flowers into the well, likes to say that she's making special offerings instead of just money. They mean more. So as you grab the tulip, she looks over at you expectantly and holds out her hand for the flower.
I'll hand it over.
There's a muttered thanks as she very delicately, as delicately as she can, pulls off the top of this flower. Looks like she holds it to her heart, mumbles something you can't quite hear, and tosses it into the well. And then it's a nice memory almost, or vision, and then you hear abrupt yelling. Everything starts to get dark, and faces get fuzzy. You see two shapes. You glance behind you. You know that this little girl's behind you. You mean to protect her. As you're yelling with these two people, these faces of people you know, not as Shawin, but whoever you are currently seeing through, you know them. You love them. They're family. And yet, as everything starts to shake, you feel in your heart a betrayal. A raw, bestial roar echoes in your mind as you feel yourself falling, with a small hand attached to yours, falling backwards. And then
I'm gonna try
you
and
are
pull-
woken up, Shawin.
Oh.
as you try to pull her.
Cool. Cool. I think I know my quest, guys. Maybe.
You look around, you're in your room, sparsely decorated, but still there. You're okay. That you feel an urge just in you. Your heart's racing. There's a lot of energy suddenly. You don't get very long to sit there with that emotion, trying to understand who or what is going on. When you hear a scream of bloody murder. You hear a door slam open somewhere within the tavern.
I'm gonna run out into the hall.
As you do, you look to your left and you just catch a glimpse of a shadow that looks like it's sprinting.
Further into the tavern or out?
Further out, going towards where you know the stairs are.
I will sprint after it.
And as you do, it's a strange sensation, as this shadow seems to just stay out of sight and reach of you. But you feel a push and just the pure feeling of a hunt that you need to chase this shadow down as you rush out of the Hop and Hops Tavern. You manage to see your friends coming out of the Crimson Library, and you watch as this shadow, indeed just a shadow, starts to run up to the gallows where there is a elven woman who seems in a stupor, standing at the edge in front of this gallows. And before you can do anything else, Iskra.
Yes, mother.
Okay. Iskra doesn't join us. Iskra stays in Poppy's home. I don't need to know what you're telling to Poppy, okay?
It would not be
I
mother,
can say
it
it
would
on
be mommy.
stream.
Okay. But Iskra, you are downstairs, cuddling
No, we're
perhaps with Poppy. Okay. Yes. Yeah. Poppy's home isn't a 2-story, so you're
never
on
mind.
the first floor, I should say.
Okay.
She's not rich. It is a humble home. So you are, cuddling with Poppy. When you also both hear what sounds like a bloody scream of murder, you're not quite sure what it is, but there is immediate panic and you hear shouting, and it startles Poppy a little bit. She seems confused. What do you do?
I will quickly try to put some of my clothes back on and say I'll be right back and then investigate.
That's fair. Poppy also, hold on, you're not just going out alone, and, she has a sort of robe situation she does put on, quickly tries to put on a shirt and stuff, puts that over. It's a bit of a chilly night. And she follows you out to her living room, peeks out one of her windows. There's a small gasp from her as you are heading for the door, presumably.
Yeah.
And she says, "Oh, what? That's Parkit. Hold on, good neighbor." And she rushes out with you as you see what looks to be a man collapsed a half elf in the middle of this dirt road. Quickly following after him, there appears to be another half-elven woman, a little older. She's chasing after him, and then suddenly screams as she sees this body on the floor. And Poppy looks a bit panicked too. Just with your passive perception, you also notice out of the corner of your eye what looks to be a shadow that is just bolting between the alleyways, seeming headed in the direction of the Crimson Library.
How far ahead of me is it?
Probably like 80 feet.
Ah, you sure not like 30?
No, not that close. He's just running.
Oh, it's Misty Step on top of it. I'll like yell back at Poppy that I see what could be the culprit and I'm going after it. They hear I'll be back type thing, and then go after the shadow.
All right, just be safe. I'll help here, I guess. And like rushes over, tries to
I'll
start
leave her a health
calming
potion
down.
in case it'll help
Okay,
the
is she-
situation.
Okay, she will happily take it. She seems very caught off guard with everything that is suddenly happening, but okay. Just one of the normal health potions? I don't think you guys got higher
Yeah,
ones,
potion of
actually.
healing. Yeah, I only have one.
Okay. As you start to pursue this shadow, you realize it's not just because it's dark, it's not because... I don't think you have dark vision, do you? I don't think Iskra
I
does.
don't think so.
So it's not because of that. You can tell there is some lights that are within Lunarum. It's not just pitch black. It is a shadow of a person. As you chase after it, almost as if this all went down the same time, you are also led to the gallows, where you see not one or two, but several different shadows seeming to encroach upon the gallows. You can notice the few of your familiar faces of not only Samara and Simon, but Mare, Muno, and Shawin. You all seem to have been led to the gallows for some reason. What do you do as you see these dark shadow people seeming to rush for this woman who is on the gallows? Just standing there. She's not, hurting herself or anything. She's just in a stupor standing there.
I want to just kind of, approach the group, see if I can get a handle on what's going on.
Can I still see
Is-
the shadow?
Yes, you do. One of the shadows that you both were pursuing are making their way towards the gallows with intent.
I'm gonna chase them still.
All right. Iskra, you still trying to stop by at least your friends, be like, hey, what's fucking going on?
And I'm stopping by my friends. I don't want to rush in because I don't know what's going on with this shadows, and I don't want to end up too close to whatever that is if it ends up being dangerous or separated. So I'm going to, since I assume it is a visual cue to the other people going on, that we will handle it. So I'm going to regroup with the larger set of people.
Yeah. Muno, what are you doing? As
Is
you...
the woman right next to him? Or close to where he is? The woman that's in a stupor?
No, she's
Or
in
no-
the gallows.
Where? Hold on.
On
Where's
the
that?
actual gallows. So on... Yeah, on Lunarum, if it'll let me go back to the map, please. That is basically this tiny little wooden platform over here.
Oh,
so you all
okay,
are
then.
basically in this general area. In front of the Crimson Library.
He'll look over to Simon and Samara, just gauge their reactions.
They seem like they're about to run into action, and then when sees Shawin, and specifically when Samara sees Shawin running forward, she seems to go into more of a serious stance as some of her more elegant features shift to not bestial, but you do notice her hands become more claw-like. Her nails get just a little bit longer. Her fangs elongate as well. And she looks quite upset at this, what she's seeing. She looks to Mac. You go first. We're not letting whatever this is happen. And charges forward. Simon as well pulls out his great sword and charges up
Where is
to
If I see them just start charging, then I'm going. I wanted to regroup with them, but I don't. If they're going, I'm going.
Mono, take off running as well, seeing them.
Oh, let's do whoop. There you are. You guys get to.
Do you want
place where
to
you're
be in
shown.
charge of Iskra, of Mare's
Well, you probably would have been up here.
decision making in
Right
battle,
up to
Sam,
Simon.
or do you want to pass off their sheet to me?
I'll decision make in battle. I think that'll be interesting for me. It's an
Okay.
interesting choice. I think it'll be okay.
I'll take turns rolling for them. Oh wait, no, one
I
person
should
can be
probably
blamed.
open my character sheet.
Probably that does tend to help.
Oh yeah, huh?
It's okay, guys. My character sheet's already open.
Well, to be honest, I've played a cleric before. I know what I'm gonna do. It's what I do every time.
And it's not heal.
Mono's done the most healing. Shut up. I do heal.
That's not true at all. What Alex has done way more healing than you, and I've played in like 3 sessions with him.
It's been more than that now, but All right, Ishol and Mare Moon and Iskra, there you guys are. So Iskra, it is
Oh,
your first turn.
I don't know what's
You're on
happening.
deck.
I'm gonna.
Simon's pulled out his greatsword. Mac looks like very quickly. Mac's a lot faster than you thought he would be, given his size. Which also, I think Mac's supposed to be large. Yeah, he's large. Whoops! Do not show that. He's supposed to be a large. Whip. There we go.
Do not show that. There's something hidden, guys.
That Mono would have probably ran up a little bit behind Simon. So he's
Okay.
right there.
Yeah.
A little bit. I want to look to Samara and ask her are we attacking these things?
Yes.
Cool.
I'm
gonna
not quite
do-
sure, but they're definitely not of this realm.
I'm gonna do no damage, guys. Get ready, because they're gonna be immune to ice, like everything else we fought.
Not of you.
I just imagine Samara's like, no, we're just gonna dance with them. Why would we fight
Just
these guys?
making sure that we're
Man.
assuming there's something going on here. I'm gonna ice knife the one near Mac, but not immediately near Mac. This one, so it won't hit him with the AoE.
Alright, go ahead. It's okay. Izzy's not here to be depressed when Cole doesn't do much.
Please, Cole, do something. That's a 23 to hit.
Hits. Go ahead. and
Okay,
roll damage.
and I need from both of the ones over there, I need a dexterity saving throw.
The one closest to Mac, 14. One furthest away, 4.
Those both fail, so they're both going to take full damage. The one furthest away takes a piercing damage, which is not cold damage, so it does take that 7, even if it ends up immune to cold damage.
Okay, yeah. So it
And
does take that
then
full 7.
6 points of cold damage to both of them.
So the piercing of the ice knife does it hits that first
They were
shadow a little
shadows,
further
there was
away.
no way.
The cold doesn't seem to bother them anyway.
I'm gonna leave.
Just, no, please don't. I'm sorry. It doesn't seem to affect the first one, but the actual shard that flies into the other shadow starts to make its form fall apart in these inky wisps that seems to be struggling to keep some sort of a form. You can tell that each of these shadows do look unique. They look like they are people, but they're clearly not. If all of you want to make a intelligence check for me.
Oh, my
Oh, I'm
intelligence
gonna
isn't
be
so
so
good.
good at this.
Who's gonna
Just
roll
straight
for
roll
Izzy
something.
first?
Yeah, as I say, somebody roll a d20 as well for Izzy.
I'll roll my own intelligence.
Just straight intelligence.
Oh,
Woo!
I'm gonna roll for Izzy.
Who wants to
I'll
roll the
do
d20? Okay.
No!
3
Whoa.
suck!
7, 9, 10, and 10. Okay. Ooh.
I'm like distracted, okay? I didn't get all my clothes on.
Yeah, you all are really distracted. You all were in the middle of something. This seems sudden. You feel like it's one of those sensations of something's on the tip of your tongue. You feel like you should remember something that you've forgotten. It's annoying, but no one remembers.
I know what it is. But I can't say
if you
anything.
remember it, if you remember,
They
you
look
can.
similar to the shades we fought last time the thing had.
The thing head?
The thing we encountered
The
in
wraith.
the woods. The wraith, yeah. Do they look similar
The Wraith
to that?
had they were more
No.
translucent people.
Do these
They
things
were
look
not.
like the shadows from the what's it called, the stronghold we were at? The shades?
That were near the one Death Rider you didn't.
Yeah.
They do. They look a little similar to that.
Yeah, I remember. See, I remember things, and I didn't write it down.
I'm proud of you. Iskra, is that the end of your turn?
No, I'm gonna move, but I'm deciding where to. Oops. How tall is this platform?
It is about, like 8 feet.
Cool.
It is, yeah.
I'm gonna get on top. I'm gonna use my rabbit hop,
Mm.
which allows me to hop. So I should be able to hop. I should be able to jump
go
up
hop.
there, is what I'm saying, so I can end up like central to what's going on.
Mhm. So as you get up there and you're closer to this elven woman, she looks fairly young, but also you notice that there's like a weird glow to her. Make an Arcana check at advantage.
Does she look like the character that Brooke was dreaming about that I definitely know?
Yeah, I was gonna ask that once your turn was done. Once it got to me.
She does not.
12! Not
She looks
having
like
a good
still an
day,
adult.
guys.
She's a young elf, but she's still an adult. The girl you
Okay.
saw was about like 8 to 10. And you're not quite sure if she was elven or half, or, no, sorry, he was human or just half elven.
Oh, I wrote Elvin in
with
my
a-
book because you said Elvin. Hold on. Oh,
That's my bad. But with a 12 Arcana check, you're not quite sure what's going on, but there is a sense of like a familiar magical aura to her. It's weird to describe. That's about all you get. And
Okay,
you can see
cool.
there's like a grayish aura almost like buzzing around her.
Cool. Great. So happy I came up here, guys. Anyway, that's my turn. It's a bonus action to use the
Alright.
rabbit.
Muno, it is your turn.
You know what would be nice right now?
Hmm.
Dispel magic.
Mm.
But I don't have that.
That's unfortunate.
I know. How tall is the gallows again?
8 feet.
8 feet.
Fuck. I was gonna... Can I not have my thing? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Just so you can give Simon, you know.
Advantage, yeah.
And then I'm gonna cast Spiritual Weapon. Right here.
Oh,
One of
bless
these
you.
days, I'm gonna learn to like just make a spiritual weapon token. I need to at this point because 2 of my people have spiritual weapon. Where are you doing it? Right here?
Yeah. And then it will
Bless you.
make a melee spell attack using my. Hold on. Wait. I forgot. I can just do this.
You should be able to move
24
that
to hit.
token. Well, 24 hits.
I got scared for a second. I thought you were gonna say 24 doesn't hit. I was gonna be like, no, I'm just gonna leave. Lunar doesn't need me.
Yeah, no, yeah. that would be fair. What does Bruno's spiritual weapon look like? It's in front of the shadow.
I would say, he holds his hand out. It looks like one of the recently deceased in this town comes up and starts attacking the.
Okay.
You don't know what any of the recently deceased look like.
No.
Didn't one guy die from lava?
Oh, no, that's... yeah, you did see that. Partial lava burns.
Oh
on
yeah,
the side of the body,
they're all...
crawling
What
up
was
from
that
the
about
ground.
me not seeing recently deceased?
Well, you didn't see any that had died tonight.
No, that was recent to, who knows, so...
Yeah.
Poor dude. Let him rest in peace. Someone's gonna think you're casting necromancy and kill you.
Well, it's force damage, so...
It is, so 12 points of force damage as this... you
Not
see
many creatures
this
are immune to that.
sort of
I don't think-
spectral...
I don't think you get, like,
Entity.
moving parts, so, like, it's not like his arms are attacking it. He's just, like, swinging into it.
Flavor text, you absolutely can. It's not like... Because you can get, like, a weapon that swings, or, like, a
Yeah.
bug,
Yeah.
or it can be something, or
Yeah,
fire
but
that
I
looks
think
at
it's funnier
people,
to imagine he's, like, stiff as a
Is it
board.
T-pose?
and-
Body
Posing?
baseball
Yeah,
bat.
T-posing it. Wow. That's why I agree. 100%. You're right. It could be that he's just.
There's a spectral entity that, as funny as it would be for there's a glitch in the game, T-poses up from the ground.
Oh, it's also...
Plop.
the textures, it's like the blank textures as well. Not even loaded in.
It takes a bit, but the animation fixes itself. The spectral entity almost seems to claw and pull this shadow mostly back into the ground. It doesn't have any emotions or reaction to it, but it does seem to have taken quite a hit.
That's why I use spiritual weapon, because not a lot of things immune to force. Or resistant to force damage.
Yep. Is that the end of your turn, Ludo?
That was a bonus action. And then,
Spiritual weapon is a bonus action to cast.
yes, it is. That was my bonus action.
What do you say the woman on the platform looked like? Like what race?
Young elven woman.
Then I'm gonna cast Sacred Flame on this one. That's a
Okay.
DC 14 dex save. Wait, no, I don't have Sacred Flame. Never mind. I read something wrong.
Okay.
Maybe if you did, you
I
could
don't-
cast 2-leveled spells on the same turn.
It's a cantrip for Sacred Flame.
Do you not have the Sacred Flame cantrip as well?
Because I have Produce Flame and Toll the Dead.
Sounds like a you problem.
And I'm pretty sure these things are immune to necrotic. So I'm gonna... That's it for my turn.
Okay. Why did I just get a ping for this? That was like an hour ago. Okay, anyways. Alright, so that's the end of your turn, showing you are on deck. As Muno, you suddenly feel a rush of energy behind you as one of these...
No! This is gonna be a
shadows
line!
Instant kill. Instant
moves
kill.
behind you.
Instant kill.
An
Instant
18
kill.
hit.
Oh, no. No, it doesn't hit.
Does it actually not hit?
No, it hits.
Alright, okay, there we go.
I'm not
Alright.
saying.
Roll a d4 for me.
No.
Oh,
Why
that's
not?
always one thing.
1.
Oh,
Cool. Your strength score is reduced by 1.
Oh, yay.
As you feel this... so you do here... Oh, there we go. Don't look at that. Hold on. Don't wait. Hey, hold on. You're supposed to not do that.
I didn't see that.
Oh,
in
that's
time.
why I did it. Good. Don't show. Hide. Perfect.
Uh,
there you go.
Sam, look at my character sheet. I want to see if I read that portion right.
read that portion right. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me.
Is it this one that has to be that? Like this portion? Or
You're clearly trying
Hi.
to show something to me. Where is it?
my strength? Oh, I didn't mean to click that.
Oh,
Is it the strength score or the
yeah,
bottom
yeah.
part?
It's the bottom one. That's your modifier is the big number.
Okay.
So
I was just wondering.
it's not permanent, so do keep in mind your actual
I know.
score still. Okay.
I'm just gonna do this, but I'm gonna write on a piece of paper what my actual is.
Yeah.
Don't lose that paper.
But you take 7 points of necrotic damage as the rest of you, well, those that can see, so Shalwyn and Iskra,
Ow!
you see this shadow grab on to Muno, and parts of almost his strength, his vitality, seem to be taken into this shadow almost hungrily as it latches on. This shadow, however, in front of Simon and you, Muno, is going to completely ignore you guys and is trying to run up the platform, which does mean
Please no.
both Muno and him get an opportunity attack.
Guys, please no.
I wish I was a warcaster, son of a bitch.
How about a
Advantage, right? Because we're both flanking.
Yes.
So 23.
23 hits, so does a 21 from Simon.
All you have is a dagger. You're doing 3 damage to this thing that's coming to kill me. It's the best you could do.
3 points of damage and 21 from Simon as it tries to run up the thing.
I'm sorry. I'm not a martial class.
A dagger slash into part of its arm. It doesn't seem bothered by that, but Iskra, as you see this shadow running up, like, with a strange bit of hunger or need, there is a sword or great sword that slashes right in between it, and it just vanishes. Simon looks up to you. Definitely not normal.
Did it look like it was focused on Iskra or on the woman?
It definitely wasn't looking at Iskra. I would say it was like almost looking like it was gonna jump across to this open gallows door. And with that, the other two going to make an attack at Mac. First one, it would not have
reach.
advantage, so it'd be a 7. No, the one that's closest is making an attack. 7 misses Mac. So this other one is actually going to ignore Mac and is running up here.
Guys, I have so many regrets.
Runs up here.
You ran up there.
I
me
really
double
thought
check
you guys would do a better job of stopping these things from getting up here.
As this shadow doesn't even look at you, Iskra, as it runs up to this girl and grabs her in a big hug.
No.
Unfortunately, that does hit. Yeah. Okay. Let me double check here. Cool. Can someone roll a d4 for me?
I already rolled my d4.
Brick.
Well, she's so screwed.
Okay. So, Iskra, you watch as this shadow runs up to this girl and hugs her, and you get a front row seat. Shalwyn, you can also see it, and Muno can get a good glimpse. As she starts to shrivel, her strength physically completely sapped, as well as seemingly any blood or anything, as her skin almost suctions to her bones and she collapses. And the shadow continues to engulf her like just a weird hunched hug on top of her body.
I'm assuming Muno can't spare the dying bat.
I'd certainly try. Shalwyn, it's your turn. Oh,
Brooke, do you know you're muted?
I don't think Brooke does.
Either that or
No,
they're
I
just
didn't.
okay.
No, yeah. I was like, I don't
Wait, silence! You move your characters.
Oh,
She move up there, she go over there. My main girl's hitting the one in front of her with advantage. Does a 17 hit?
Yes. 17 hits.
6 slashing damage. And then my, did I get a bonus action attack? Oh my god, it's been so long since I fought.
It's okay.
Yes, because
As
you're
you-
wielding 2, so you
Two
can
weapon
take your
fighting,
bonus
yeah.
action to make.
And then
a
here's my
second
secondary through my echo at the other one. It's not at advantage, so it's that 8.
Misses. But your first attack slashes through this shadow as it doesn't actually do that. It just whoosh, vanishes in
Oh, great.
a mist of this black wispy shadow.
How come their shadow had 6 health?
Well, the spiritual
Because-
weapon
I'd
also
already been
had it.
hit by spiritual weapon, man.
Well, so what? Spiritual weapon didn't do that much damage.
It did 12.
Yeah.
You wish.
Is that the end of your turn, Sean?
I'm making sure there's
I'll
nothing
hit
else
you
I
with
can do.
spiritual weapon.
Bring it on, punk.
Alright. I know what I'm doing.
I can move a little bit more, so I'm gonna move to that square. And then I'm good.
Okay. It is Mayor's turn. It's interesting things that Mayor has
How
here.
Mac isn't on the turn order?
Max with Samara's turn. That's why.
That makes sense.
Poor Samara rolled the lowest.
Yeah, it's real depressing when you know her stats. It's just Simon didn't roll too well either. I'm gonna be honest with you. They should have rolled better. Let me see here. Make sure. Okay, it does. So it can.
I don't like that I always have to go first. Would you guys roll better?
Mayor is going
I rolled
to.
as good as I was
yes.
gonna get.
You know what? Yeah, no, Mayor wouldn't get that close to that. We'll move a little bit closer up here. And you guys don't have to roll, as Mayor's going to cast a hideous laughter, which does mean that he gets to make a wisdom saving throw. That's an 8, so that fails, as the shadow next to you suddenly is overcome with laughter. However, it's a haunting laugh, as it never quite finishes. The voice always cuts off and seems to trail off just into the wind as it starts to laugh and collapses prone in a strange way where parts of its body are almost vanishing underneath the actual wood below you.
I don't want to be here.
What? You don't wanna?
I don't want to be here.
Then why'd you run up there? No one made you!
I can see everything. I've got good range on my spells. It was tactically a good choice. It's all the shadow people wanted to join me up here. Okay?
It's fair. It's concentration. Alright, that's the end of Meritus' turn. Merit does not have bonus actions. It is Simon's turn. Simon sees. Do you look distressed, Iskra?
Iskra's holding it together. She doesn't show her emotions.
Okay, cool. Then Simon is going to walk around Muno to get on
Thank
the
you.
other side. As he takes his attacks, readies his great sword. All of those hit. Yeah, I didn't need to.
3 attacks.
As you start to see Simon work, you're realizing why he is a revenant, why he's so high of a revenant, as even with such
You
a
could've taken him.
heavy-looking greatsword, he, with one slash, easily enough cuts this creature in half and it vanishes. And he carries that great sword as if it is light as a feather. Nothing to him. And Muno, because you're closest to him, you can see these partial ruins that are actually engraved onto his ebony blade. It is a very beautiful greatsword. And when he is fighting, he isn't as cheerful. He definitely has more of a stoic face and a lot more precision in his actions of a trained soldier, what you would expect.
Strong arm.
Thank you. Been training. And immediately starts looking around the battlefield of what to do next, as it's the Shadow's turn. As the one in front... yeah, its targets have changed. So, it's going to make an attack at your little... they get 23 hits your Echo, Shawin.
Yeah, it's gone.
Yep.
I'm just gonna move her down here for right now.
Yeah, looks very confused. And then the closest next target as it runs up to you, looking for the next life closest to it. And because you are closer to it, it is also going to... This other one's going to run up behind you now. As it reaches out and immediately tries to hug you. Does a 20 hit?
Yes.
Alright. Roll a d4 for me.
88. Oh my god.
Your score, the number below it, is reduced by 4. And you take 12 points of necrotic damage as this thing latches onto you. And the rest of you can kind of see Shawin's shadow almost seems to morph and blend with this one in a very strange way, almost as if the shadow is trying to take over Shawin's shadow and replace it. And you can see the life start to drain and the strength drain from this ally.
Do I wilt even more?
A little bit
I already
more,
look emaciated and wilted.
Yeah. Let me see here. As would she? Because it would. She can't exactly choose that, so she wouldn't, as it is Samara's turn. Seeing everything going down, who is within? Well, this is... Oh, he is, but she can't really see that, so... Mary, you know what? Mary's not here. Iskra.
Yes,
You, okay. You hear a strange sound from behind you as you suddenly feel a rush of speed hit you. As you are hasted.
Oh my god, I can cast
Fucker.
2 spells in a turn. You guys are so getting wrecked. I'm so sorry, Brooke. I am going to shatter on your poor fragile little body.
Oh no, that. Oh wait, I
Jesus.
took damage. I forgot to subtract that. My bad. I was
Just in
busy with the
case,
strength
so
score.
you know what haste does.
It's bonus AC.
Oh. Yeah, you get the bonus to your AC as well, yes.
Oh, wait. It's only one weapon attack, only for the additional attack.
It's fine. I'll figure it out.
So you can't cast 2 spells a
I'm
turn.
still gonna shatter. I'm still probably gonna. I was gonna
That's
shatter
fine.
on the echo because I didn't think it mattered if I killed the echo.
And Mac as well is going to take
Mac,
a
Mac,
big old
Mac.
bite.
Yes, Mac. Mac on it.
What?
He's macking on it.
Excuse me?
You know, like eating.
Yeah.
You mac on your food. It's a thing. He's taking a bite.
No. Looking back as you feel this like buzzing energy and sensation, there's a slight reddish energy that comes from Samara's hand. Her eyes were seemingly glowing a little bit before they fade as the magic does hit you. Looks to Mac, who you can see in one bite, this entity's head is inside Mac's mouth and vanishes. And Mac tilts his head a little confused as to what happened. As that happens, though, from behind Samara and the rest of you, you suddenly hear a rumbling from within the Crimson Library itself. And nothing else gets to be said, as suddenly all of the front stained glass windows and the heavy wooden carved doors of the Crimson Library are shattered and thrown open. And you can see inside the library partially as most of the light is starting to strangely be almost sucked into like a void from somewhere within the library. And Samara immediately turns and without saying another word just looks at Mac, who starts to follow her, and she starts to book it back to the library. She does not know what happens or what is happening. You can probably still see their names. Yeah, there we go. Iskra, it is your turn.
Does this lady look alive?
Her skin is shriveled to her bones. She, no light in her eyes.
She's dead.
You also notice, as you're there, she doesn't appear to have a shadow anymore. Even though her body is there, there's no shadow underneath
Nah,
her.
I was gonna use a healer's kit on her, but yeah. I'm gonna stab this thing at my feet.
Go ahead. I believe you get advantage.
I do,
The
because it's
prone
prone. I have advantage on
Go
melee
ahead.
attacks because it's prone. What is my plus to hit? It's good. Okay. Guys,
Oh my god!
guys, my dagger does something when I do that.
Oh, that's cool.
You crit.
Where's my dagger? I forget what it does.
My dagger does something.
Does an extra 7 points of damage. Nice.
Nice. Go ahead and roll.
Let's see. Where's my okay? Are we doubling the damage, or am I rolling 2 die?
Oh, that's a good question. What do you guys prefer?
What was that?
Do you prefer to double the
It-
die or
Winning either way.
I usually just double the die.
double the die?
So that is 17 points of damage as I stab it with my dagger.
Alright.
As I don't know
And,
when it happened, but Iskra's becoming like a dagger warrior.
Yeah. You're just becoming a rogue. Yeah, you're just...
I kill
You might
things
need
with
to
throwing
multi-class.
daggers. I just
The rogue is
crit.
coming to you. This is a calling. You need to be a rogue. The rogue is like, please. As you, let's see here. Yeah, that does. So you reach out with your dagger. I imagine Iskar's pretty surprised as the cackling, weird ethereal laugh stops. As the shadow vanishes over this woman, and she still does not have a shadow.
I'm gonna like look at you guys. You guys got this. You all look relatively capable. Yeah, goodbye.
Oh, did you just leave?
Goodbye?
And then I'm gonna
Goodbye?
run like 120 feet and catch up with the other lady to help her with the library.
Oh yeah, sprinting. It's good, just like, you guys got this. Bing!
So I'm gonna shadow. I'm gonna misty step so I get 30 free feet,
Christ.
which is my bonus action. Then my speed is doubled from haste, right?
Yeah.
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 Yes.
So speed is doubled.
Wait, so my speed is
also-
doubled from haste, so I get 60 feet of movement, and then I'm gonna dash, which is 60 more feet, so I've got 120 feet of movement to catch up to Samara.
You got 150 because you get 30 from this step.
I meant 120 from where I am, because I misty step to where I am.
Ah, damn. As she starts booking it, you can almost get ahead of her. Not even almost. You can get ahead of her.
I
and
don't
on
want to get
par
super
with
ahead.
Mac if you want to.
Oh,
Mac is
yeah,
a lot faster than
I'll
Samara,
reach Mac
and
then.
almost Mac basically is on par with you with speed. Even while you're hasted, he is a very fast dog, despite the fact of his size. Is that the end of your turn, and you're just gonna start booking it?
I'll reach Mac. I don't want to drag myself off the sheet.
Yeah, you're fine. All right. Oh, that Muno, it's your turn as you just watched a little buddy zap out of here.
Just see
I
the
do say
small
you guys
little...
got this before I sprint off.
Yeah.
Muno's gonna walk up, be right here. Spiritual weapon is move right down there.
Yep. It's an advantage chain.
Yep.
It'd be a real chain if Brooke summons their echo.
Well, I'm gonna let Simon get advantage.
21 to hit.
Actually, what? It's got a +9. He doesn't need advantage.
Sam,
Oh, yes, I'm sorry, what?
does the 21 hit?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
10 points of force damage.
Minus 10 points of force damage is that a spirit walks over and starts to slowly pull apart this shadow creature. It's still standing, but it's starting to look less and less visible.
So, Muna would know that if he can't do anything to help this woman,
Yeah.
even with spare
even
giant-
Isker would have called that out. Yeah, she's dead, because I checked to see if I could healer's kit her.
Yeah, she's... You don't even need to make checks with how, she basically looks like a corpse who's been there for quite a few days, curled in on herself. You imagine that it would take some pretty... Well, the problem is that, yeah, it looks like all of the, organs and blood and everything has been taken from it, and, it's been there for a long time, decayed.
I was wondering if Muna can look over her to see if there's anything specifically on her that the shadows would have wanted, because they were trying to go towards her.
Yeah,
And she did seem to be out of it too, so I was wondering if Muna can look through to see if there's anything on her.
yeah, are you wanting... So you're trying to look if there's something on her, and you're making an investigation check, then?
Ugh. That wasn't supposed to be at advantage, but 12.
12. So as you start, trying to look through her clothes or see if there's something on her, you do notice as her form has gotten so much smaller, you can see on part of her shoulder, it almost looks like, not necessarily a branding, but there is something that goes further down, the center of her sternum, chest. And it looks like runes or carvings, pretty gnarly ones. But you're not quite sure more than that. You do see that on her, but that seems abnormal to you, but there's not an item or anything else on her.
Okay. That's what I was just wondering. Well, that'll be my turn then.
Okay. Shaman, it is your turn. As the shadows are surrounding you, giving you unwanted hugs.
Cool. I'm gonna summon my echo right there.
Okay.
And first I'm gonna hit the one spiritual weapon hit.
Okay.
You're gonna try.
Gonna.
18 hits.
I did better with my freaking dagger, Brooke.
Yeah, as you cut through it, and after everything, there's a surprising resistance somewhere within this shadow.
Well, I
It's
am a
you
little
get the
bit more
most
weak than
solid
I
form.
remember being.
So,
Yeah.
that is totally true. I forgot you lost all your strength.
Yeah, I went down 2 pluses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That could have been 4 damage. And then my echo is going to pulse with light as I unleash incarnation upon the thing between me and my echo, which is an extra attack. Are you kidding me?
9 does not hit. Oh,
Are you?
that strength sap is really.
Well, if it makes you feel better,
effective.
11 probably wouldn't have hit either.
Okay, the echo is going to look disappointed, step to the side, and make like the sweeping arm motion for Simon to step up and take his swing, and that'll be my turn. It's like,
That
after you, good
is-
gentleman.
It is Mayor's turn. There is a D20 that is going to be involved with this, as Mayor is going to try to use fire since.
It's Dicey's turn.
No, it's me. Yeah, it's Dixie.
What?
It's Dixie. You're
As
rolling.
Brooke rolled the D4, I rolled
Oh, that's
the
what you.
first
I
D20.
was also confused. Don't
No.
you worry. I was like,
Sorry, I meant for the D20. It's Dicey's turn to roll the
Yeah.
D20 for Izzy.
mhm.
Okay.
Oh, Sam took it.
Ignore the roll.
You
I was
rolled
just
it.
trying to get the damage.
Never mind.
Yeah, the roll is going to be +5, so D20 +5.
Oh.
Oh, we can't keep the 23?
It's okay, Dicey's got a nat 20. It'll be like an advantage. It's not
21?
natural,
And
but it still
that hits. What? Would you be unable to find? What? Huh? All right. Well, what is the damage?
It's
Not
1d10.
5th level, so it's a D10. Yep. Here, Aries, you want to roll a D10 too for the damage?
Sure. 9.
Hey.
Alright. The fire does hit into that shadow. However, it almost starts to eat the very flame, the light that is in that fire, as it seems to do a little bit less damage than Mare hoped. However, it's okay. Mare's not
God.
here to be actual disappointed in that. I really wish Izzy had a bonus action, but not to my knowledge. And so that's Izzy.
How many wizards
Honestly,
have?
yeah, same. My bonus actions aren't coming from the fact I'm a wizard.
Mhm.
It's just not a wizard thing.
Simon's going to step up.
Yep, right up.
Yeah.
We'll see if he
And-
crits.
I don't think he has to.
No, he did not. He did not crit as he takes his
But you
sword
did not need to.
and carves through the shadow once more. He is going to step next to your echo, or not your echo, you this time. He doesn't get advantage on this one. He's going to take his other attack. Oh, a 15 still hits.
Oh, kill it!
All right.
Kill it, please!
Yeah, yes, as Simon steals the rest of your kills. Walks through and cleans up as he uses the momentum from the first kill to slash through. And you are worried for a second that he might actually hit you, but he has enough strength that even with the momentum of his swing, he's able to stop it before hitting you. And carving through these shadows, he looks to the rest of you. Don't know what's going on in there, but we need to help her. And starts just
Yeah.
booking it.
I follow. On my turn. I forgot it's... Are we still initiative?
I was
I'd
gonna say,
assume so.
initiative can yoink. But I'm just yoinking everybody off of the initiative count real quick. There we
Run!
go. No, stop it. They're all. It took me a second
Yeah.
to be upset with you, but I am. As you all head inside of the Crimson Library. And once inside, or even walking up there with Mac, Iskra, you see this first as... Okay, I deserve to be quoted for that. Anyways. You look inside and you cannot see the ceiling or even some of the side walls, as there appears to be a wispy shadow-like portal that is pretty close to the entrance that Samara seems to be doing immediately something as she runs up next to you, Iskra. And pretty quickly, the rift of something is closed and the light comes back into the library, and Samara looks confused and very startled as everybody else rushes in, and you can see as the
Simon,
light
wait
comes on
outside.
No, Simon enters.
He literally
With his-
just got yelled at for doing
Yeah.
that. Man, learn your lesson.
But the girl he's crushing on might have been in danger.
Yeah, but the girl he's crushing on would have appreciated him respecting her and waiting outside more than him rushing inside.
Mhm. And immediately Mac starts to hold on, it helps if there's anything. There we go. There's a low growl from Mac as he starts to sniff behind the main counter, and Samara follows him a little bit, and the rest of you can as well, as you see looks like a body of a vampire, more of their true form underneath everything, and Samara looks disturbed for sure. What? I'm assuming none of you have any idea what just happened?
No.
I was asleep. What the fuck?
That was I'm pretty sure those creatures were from the shadow. Hold on. And she immediately starts to rush up, trying to look for books, and Simon walks around the desk and starts to look over the body, seeing if he can see anything.
Probably shouldn't do that.
Samara doesn't seem to be paying him any mind.
I
Mac sits by the
Iskra,
body.
like, legitimately
Oh.
whispers that to him, like, you're gonna upset her.
In an effort to try and get him out of the library to not upset Samara when she realizes where he is, Chatwin will just, I saw one of those shadows leaving a room at the tavern. I didn't check on the room. I ran right after it.
Perhaps we should check that. Iskra, what was happening with you before you came?
Like,
I don't think we wanna
blushes and
know
it's
that.
like, it's a risky question in these trying times.
After that, but before.
He was having a
Iskra?
night of passion with the barmaid. Muno actually does say that.
I meant about
after
the
that part,
incident. Yeah, what made you come to the gallows?
Well, that's also.
We heard a scream and I saw one of the creatures racing this way and I followed it.
I also heard a
Okay.
scream.
That's definitely not good. Okay. Yes, let's go to the tavern then. Samara, and like she doesn't even look over at him, just waves her hand. I'll be here. I'm looking for answers. Just come back whenever you have seen whatever's in the tavern. Something is definitely not right. And Simon, you better not say that this was me. You clearly, and he like immediately, I know. I don't know if someone's trying to set you up or what, but this wasn't you. And he starts to walk out of the Crimson Library, sheathing his greatsword on his back.
Muno would also go to Samara. Like, there is a rune on the body of the woman that was killed at the gallows. And like try to describe the rune that he saw.
Okay. She starts to listen, and then like furrows her brow. This makes no sense, but okay, hold on. And she, with the book in hand, like rushes over to the body, tries to as respectfully as possible look over the body.
Muno's also
The
waiting.
vampire or the girl?
The vampire. And there is indeed markings along the back shoulder of the vampire as well, and she seems to be double checking. As you see, in the book in her hands has a bunch of arcane symbols that are definitely not cleric magic. And there's a lot of skulls and bones and darkness written in there that you can make out. So you assume that this is probably something that gives her information or perhaps some insight onto what is happening. She seems to have an idea at the very least.
Iskra would also like to say, I'm gonna be right back, but I just have to check to make sure things have settled and, discuss once we've all gathered info.
Yes, of course. We'll all just gather here.
She's gonna go make sure that, the people who are looking over the body are doing okay.
That's fair. Okay, so who all is staying with Samara, if anyone? Probably Mare. For reasons.
Muno is as well.
Okay,
I'm going
so
with
Muno and
Simon.
Mare stay in the library. Iskra and Shalwyn go with Simon as you guys head back out.
No, I'm heading.
Oh yeah, you're heading to.
I'm heading.
to
I'm
Poppy.
heading here to check on Poppy and the other neighbors.
What I'm gonna do so that way I know. Is it gonna pop up? Or are they? Okay. Well, now the party tokens don't show up. Fine.
It's okay.
Okay.
We can just use our tokens.
If you can pull them out, it wouldn't let me.
Why can't we pull
So
our
that was
tokens?
the
What would you do?
I don't know. Whoa. Never mind. Tokens are going. They do work.
Iskra's not.
Yeah.
Why did you break Iskra?
Oh.
Well, Muno's here.
Muno's fine.
That's Iskra.
I don't know. What did I do to Iskra?
Drag the echo out.
Oh, I could drag Iskra out.
Oh, fully for you. Fine,
There you go.
Iskra's over here.
Okay. As we keep in mind where people are, and we're just gonna, the party will return here. So as you go with Simon out to the tavern, he does quickly. Some of the guards start to. They notice there was some of a commotion. Starts to order them to take the girl's body to the Crimson Library. They seem confused as they are revenants as to why the hell they would go to the Crimson Library or take a
Just
body
do
there,
it.
but they don't. Yeah, they don't question it. It's an order from the captain. So they do start to do that. He rushes after you, Shalwyn. You guys charge up.
I've hooked one of my sides to where they usually sit on my back because right now holding both of these big ass sides isn't feeling great.
Yeah. He does look you over. Are you alright? I saw you got pretty hugged, I guess. It doesn't look good.
It
No
does not
offense.
feel good. I have never felt as weak as I looked until now.
It's definitely not good. If it doesn't cure, or, if rest doesn't help it, I'm sure one of the temples will be able to help you with that. I hope, anyways. If not, Samara knows what any of that was. Okay, do you know what room it was? Or what exactly happened?
Do I remember what room it was?
No, but you heard a door slam open, so you could assume that it probably wasn't closed.
I didn't see, but I did hear a door slam open.
He nods.
And I don't... And if there's a body inside, I doubt anyone's closed the door.
Well, I guess we'll see. He steps up the stairs in front of you. And indeed, down one of the hallways, there is an open door. And he pulls out his crossbow and sort of, checks his corners as he opens it. There's nothing in there, but seemingly collapsed out of bed. You can see the bed sheets dragged with them. There is a dwarven man that is dead. Seems to also be devoid of any life or muscle. A lot of the vitality also taken in a similar fashion to where you saw the girl was. And you also notice the body has no shadow. And Simon immediately looks puzzled. I don't understand. I don't understand. This is definitely magic. Do you know anything about stuff like this? Have you guys seen anything like this?
If I think back, can I remember the shades from the Death
I would say yes.
I One of the Death Riders, I don't think we got that one's name, had a bunch of these. I did not say that.
That's what he heard.
Well, you did because you were saying shade, but you cut yourself off, so you said that,
Yeah.
and then switched because.
Yeah. Okay, maybe I did.
So it wasn't like you weren't trying to say that word, but you said that word because you were just.
Oh, I said shad, like the fish. But
Yeah,
okay.
Close enough, and that's what I heard. I've been quoted on what you've heard before, so live with it.
Yeah, no, you're right. He had a lot of them, but I didn't know he was out this way. Maybe.
That's definitely not good, but at least we know where the last Death Rider is. Would rather it not be in Lunarum, but that's concerning.
Quicker
Means
to
they
kill.
Maybe, or they've gotten cocky enough. There's something more going on. Whatever happened here, I'm not sure. And he tries to respectfully, look over the body, and then you notice as he's pushing the body over, in the dwarf's hand, not in the dwarf's hand, but on the dwarf's hand, there is a ring that looks like it's made out of a black steel or something, and you notice that it seems shattered on his finger.
What's that?
He looks confused, looks at the hand. I don't know. He pulls out a handkerchief and slowly pulls the ring off, and it crumbles into 3 parts. I don't know. It seems to be a ring. I've never seen anything like it. It's just a black steel? Similar to my blade, I guess, but could it just be a wedding? It's made of steel. It shouldn't shatter like this.
Perhaps it was meant to
Strange.
protect him.
Maybe. He folds it up in the handkerchief and pockets it. Maybe. Tomorrow the others will know what it is. Look around, see if you can see any hints of maybe connections this guy had.
All right, let's see if...
Give you advantage on investigation or perception check.
Let's see if I have any rolls for this. Do I have eyes? I don't have eyes.
They took your eyes.
Yeah. Turns out it was not at all the strength they drained.
They took
It's my eyes.
fucking eyes.
Hold on. Okay, sorry, to loud click-clacking.
Is the person you're sending stuff to know they're being sent stuff?
Yeah, they do.
Okay, I'm sure
That you're
it
not
was.
missing anything.
Well, I mean, I knew it wasn't me because I checked my Discord, but that you weren't sending it to someone and they were, not getting the message.
Yeah. No. So with a 9, unfortunately, you try to respectfully look through some things. Looks like there's a bag. It doesn't seem much of extra clothes. Looks like an emergency dagger. Other than that, looks like this guy was just some sort of commoner. Not quite sure what he was up to. There's no letters or anything suspicious that you find at the tavern other than the body.
Great. Should we bring the body over to the library?
Probably. Let's cover it as much as we can.
Question. And here's a
Yes?
reach. Can Shawin... Oh wait, what's your intelligence, girly? Shawin probably can't put this together, but on the off chance, can she put together they lack shadows, we fought shadows that look like people?
I would say you as Brooke put it
And they
together.
came
So
running?
yes, Shalwyn can.
Okay. Shawan will look confused after asking and wait. If their shadows ran from their bodies, I'm assuming it was his shadow I was following. Where did the girl's shadow go?
It's a good question. Concerning. I don't know.
Because I heard a scream and then it took off, so it seemed pretty immediate.
It's something to keep in mind. I don't have an answer. Thurl. Shalwyn is Brooke. Brooke is Shalwyn. It's their character,
I have
just
an
like
intelligence
you,
of 11.
right?
Because
That's what he meant.
because the way Sam worded it, I know it was, but it's like, you figured it out, so of course your character could figure it out.
No, that's not how I meant it. I just meant you put it together. Your character can too. I'm not gonna stop you from
I
being able
know,
to say
that's what it meant.
something.
It's just, I
Like, my
heard...
character's a barbarian. He's too dumb. He doesn't understand that. You absolutely can if you want to, but also if you want to say your character figures things out, it doesn't matter if you have an intelligence score of 7. You can figure it out. But yes. So he takes the blanket that the guy was already sort of halfway in, straightens it out a little bit, and tries to, as carefully as possible, roll him up.
I would offer to help, but you look like you have more than got this.
He smiles. I do. Thank you. You should save your strength, in hopes that it comes back.
Her eyes narrow a little bit because she doesn't like feeling weak.
He doesn't see anything problematic with what he just said and walks out. He does make sure to take the key as well.
Deathbed. Okay.
Because that wasn't really hidden or anything, but there was a key that was on him. So he has the key
Just
to that
a
room.
key or a room key?
It was a room key.
Okay.
Has a little tag on it with the number, so he knows. But you guys start to make your way back to the Crimson Library. As Iskra, you rush back to the Death District. As you see there's a few guards that seem to have started to gather around, and the body has been covered with some sort of a cloth, looks like a blanket of some sort, and Poppy is off on the side, talking with one of the guards, as well as the other half-elven woman who you assume had some sort of connection with the man, judging by her breakdown, seeing him collapsed.
I'll go join them really quick.
Poppy or the girl
Poppy.
who's...
Well,
Okay.
I thought Poppy and the girl were both talking to the guard.
There's 2 guards. One's with the girl, one's with Poppy.
I'll join Poppy.
Okay. You do. You come into the tail end of the conversation, where Poppy is seeming to explain that she just heard the scream. There was nothing before that, and only thing after it is that she says that her friend ran off after something that she saw.
Oh, just a friend?
She sees you. You say that is just you.
You know what? Iskra will.
I guess
Oof.
more than friend. I didn't know. We didn't really have that conversation yet. I guess my girlfriend then ran off. And she seems very flustered. And then this moment that seems very inappropriate for such an emotion.
Am I still hasted?
Yes.
Oh, for this.
No, haste lasts only for a minute.
Oh, then I'm not still hasted.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
and also, you are.
Thought it was 10 minutes.
You feel dead tired.
No, the lethargy only lasts for 6 seconds. It's 1 round.
So that moment you're like, ooh.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that probably would have happened before
Probably
I
between
reached
the
this
library
point. Yeah.
before you.
Yeah, I just at some point need to take a moment against like the side of the building. Go. Oh, okay. What was that?
Yeah. Yeah, you. Yeah, she is flustered, but then the guard turns to you. So you were the one who saw something. What did you see? Exactly.
You're not gonna believe me, and I'm working with Simon, so he'll handle it. But I do need to investigate the body.
Even if you say you're working with Simon, I don't know if I can let that happen.
Do any of the guards, do I recognize them from being there when we met him?
No, you do not. You can go ahead and make a persuasion check at advantage, though.
Double advantage?
That's not how that works.
Yeah, but I want that to be how that works.
No, I'm glad you want it.
Advantage. Come on, rolls, be on my side. That almost rolled the wrong persuasion. 22.
All right. Well, 22 looks a little hesitant, but then glances back at the woman as she starts to cry a little louder and sighs. All right, fine. But I come with you.
Of course, I don't need to hide anything of what I'm doing. I'll be there in just a second, and then I'm gonna make sure Poppy's okay.
She nods. Yeah, I am. I mean, they're both were really good friends. I guess not really good. They were good friends, good neighbors. So it's, it's a tragedy seeing him like that. But just after you left too, he kind of shriveled up. And maybe it's just a trick of the eye, but it seemed like there was no shadow around him. It seemed unnatural. Probably some sort of magic. Do you have any idea what's going on? Should, we be more worried? Should I be trying to get out of Lunarum?
We don't know exactly what's going on. Should probably be worried. Stay safe. I wouldn't say leave town, as you're likely more exposed and in danger on the road than here, but I would say, either stay in your house or at the tavern and just, don't let people you aren't sure you know of in.
Okay, yeah, that's reassuring. Okay, okay.
I don't mean to scare you more than you need to be, but something more is going on. I just don't know what yet.
Is there any, warning signs so I don't get, shriveled? With all respect to the man?
I don't know. That's what we're trying to figure out right now.
Alright, well, I'll definitely in the morning tell Whippet and Ballin about this, but I guess, I'm gonna stay around till the guards say that I can go back home, but I don't plan on going anywhere but the tavern and my home. So if I do go missing, it's between the tavern and the Death District.
Well, hopefully we can keep you from going missing again, but if you do, I promise to save you from another dungeon.
Oh, well, I would rather not have any
I
more
said
scars
preferred
or
you didn't go missing.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Iskra.
Give her a quick hug and run off to investigate the body.
Yeah, she stays a little bit behind, but more so just near the guard, so that way if they need her kind of thing, that you can go up and inspect the body. What are you doing?
I'm inspecting the body. I was told there wasn't a shadow, so looking for that. I overheard Muno mention the symbol because I was still in the library at the time, so I want to look for anything that looks like that, and just anything else about it that seems,
Okay, go ahead, make an investigation check. At advantage, because the guard would help you.
Okay, D20. That's plus something. Let me see. Investigation is a 7, so that's 23.
All right, with a 23. Looking over the man's body, you don't see anything immediately out of place. There's no markings or anything, but you do see partially from underneath him, on like his arm or something, there appears to be bits of this black metal. And you see a few other pieces that look like they were a ring at some point.
Can I scoop him up?
You can. Touching it with your bare hands?
No. I'm a wizard. I'm not that stupid.
Okay.
Use a cloth.
Of course, I just had to clarify. you grab it,
Then I
put it
toss it
in
in.
the cloth. And suddenly you are now corrupted. No.
I want to, like, after picking up, there's no like symbol or anything like
Not
on
on
the pieces or on the body.
Not on the pieces, there doesn't seem to be, or on the body.
I'll
Just
try.
seems like a black steel ring.
I'm gonna try to talk to the. I assume, based off of what I was told by a Poppy, I can assume widow.
Yes, you could probably assume that, yeah.
I would like to go talk to her.
Which you would hear her name, so hold on. Ah! There we go. Parkett is the husband who has been shriveled. Delphine is the wife.
Their last name is Half Elves?
No, just telling you the race. Their last name is not half elves. That would be strange. I'm sure there's definitely a D&D character, a D&D family
I'm
that's
making-
named just elves.
I'm making a character with the last name Half Elf, and they're gonna be a dwarf.
It's just like, wait a second.
It'll be Half of.
Sorry, I am taking down notes.
It's okay.
Uh,
It's okay. I paused the replying, so you're all good.
Margaret's the male.
Yes.
Okay, so those could both function for female names. And it's D&D. The male could have been named Delphine, and it's like a, elf name or something.
Yeah, I don't think that's how you spell that, but it's fine. You know what I mean.
No, I don't, because it wasn't me that got sent that.
It was sent it, yeah.
I want to approach the wife and ask her if I can ask some questions.
She, takes a deep breath and, seems to have composed herself when trying to talk with the guard. And the guard stays sort of still nearby. This is a different one. And this halfling, again, just make sure that everything, that goes on, he has heard it. But she nods. Yeah, I can. What questions do you have for me?
Do you recognize this? Know how long he's had it, where he got it, that sort of thing? And I'll show her the pieces of the ring.
She looks it over. I've seen it before. I don't know. He just got a ring one time. I assumed it was a gift or something he wanted. I don't know. I never asked him about it. I don't remember exactly when he got it, but he's had it for a while now.
When
Is
it
it important?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Do you know, did it have any sort of symbol or carving on it when it was whole?
I don't think so. Again, it was just a simple ring. I assumed he liked the look of it. I didn't ever question him on it.
Did your husband come into a large sum of money recently?
Make an insight check.
Advantage because I'm probing? I don't need advantage.
She, it seems to pretty poorly try to hide something. No, he was an honest man. He got his money fairly.
You said she's hiding something?
Yes, she's very clearly, avoiding eye contact, looks a little nervous. All telltale signs, she is not telling the truth.
Well, I guess there's not much more to press you on, but if there was anything else, you should, console with Poppy, and maybe she can, try to imply, I know you're hiding something. I don't need the guards involved. Tell it to Poppy, she'll get it to me. And I won't get you in trouble. Does that make sense?
Make a persuasion check at disadvantage. See if she picks up on that.
Why at disadvantage?
Her husband just died.
7.
She hears your words. You're not quite sure if she picks up on the undertones of your sentences, though. Her statements. As she just nods. Yeah, of course. I mean, I would happily talk to Poppy if I know anything, yeah.
Right.
Remember
Just
anything.
Anything you can remember related to this ring or any other questions, just, if you were to hear of it, I'm sure it could help us figure out what happened. Then I will head back to the library. The guard who's been following me around, I'm gonna head back to the library, which is where I'm meeting up with Simon, if you want to still stay with me and make sure I'm not just running off.
He does, actually. And he informs his partner where he's going and then follows you to the Crimson Library. As the other guard seems to talk with both Poppy now and Delphine. You are off back to the libraries. Before you both return, though, Muno, Mare, and
I sent you the
Samara.
thing.
Okay. So with that, it's weird when you try to reach out at all. It is a void. Like they don't exist anymore. Not even you can't reach them.
Oh. Well, that's interesting. Muno does say that.
She hears you, doesn't look over at you, but does say out loud, "What's interesting?"
Their spirits, they don't exist anymore. I can't reach out to them. And gesturing to not the vampire, but the other woman. Who would.
Well.
So, I'm assuming whatever's done to them, they just switched their spirits or destroyed.
Probably. It depends on where. There definitely, whatever was in here was a rift starting to open. I don't know how somebody did that in here, because the Crimson Library has many protections over many years, so it had to have been somebody who's been in here before. The person who's dead was not a new person to me, was trusted. Nothing suspicious, but I believe those were shadows. They're dark exaggerations of humanoids, usually. They feed on living creatures.
I've seen those shades before.
I have more information. Before we start talking about this, we should wait for the others. I don't know at all what is happening, do not get me wrong, but I do think we should go to Diani's Manor, and quickly. Whatever this was, I I don't know if it was a diversion or... I don't know, it seems quick, but it was planned for sure. And judging by the darkness and then the shadows, it seems like someone was trying to set me up for some reason. That I summoned these shadows, or I did something, I don't know why.
Maybe they're trying to pit you and the Revenants against each other. Make you guys
Why?
to create a diversion. If you're focused on the Revenants and they're focused on the Legion, then what are you not looking at?
That is the question. Alright, let's wait for the others.
Which Muno actually looks like he wants to book it towards the manor. As much as I want to wait. What if this was a diversion? Whatever they probably have hidden in there, they're trying to get it out.
If that's true, it still means we shouldn't just charge in there blindly. I have a few things that I want to discuss with everyone. It'll be a lot easier, it won't take long, and we can even walk and talk. It's not exactly something I care if people know. It's probably obvious to whoever is doing this anyways. And she looks... without even needing to make an insight check, like, she has a lot of things going on in her mind and is trying to puzzle piece some stuff together. She definitely has a lot of questions that are not being answered.
No, if to answer probably one of the millions of questions you have, the Shades we fought, I've seen them before. They were from the Death Riders, or the stronghold I was at for the Death Riders.
Well,
So there's a chance maybe the Death Riders are involved, or at least one of them.
unsurprising. I mean, these are undead creatures, and they are similar in some ways to that of a wraith, although less goal-oriented usually, less personality despite how they look. They are simpler-minded creatures. But it's good you say that. In some way, it means we have at least a lead on what it could possibly be. Even if it is worrying.
And if this is true, that someone's trying to pit the Legion and the Revenants against one another, there may be a chance that you should have less hostility towards the Revenants. And the Revenants should have less hostility towards you.
He hasn't necessarily, Simon anyways, been that hostile with me. However, I had reason to believe he was just trying to manipulate a situation. I mentioned it slightly before when I was yelling at him for even suggesting we work together, but it's strange for Simon to be in a town like this, given his rank. And that is because he was nearly kicked out. The Sentinels are experts at finding information that shouldn't just be out in the open because proper officials like to keep it under the rug, as it were. And Simon Saltbale was nearly kicked out for getting a village murdered. He made some stupid decisions, and they were rash, prideful. He may be very skilled, it's how he got to his rank. However, he put a lot of people in danger, made a lot of mistakes. I don't know the specifics of the whys, but I can assume, judging by his personality, I do believe he's trying to do better, but I don't want him to destroy Lunarum, as I said, trying to make up for something that he did in the past.
Oh, that's why he's in the room. Maybe the people in charge are hoping he does.
And maybe you should keep him on the right path. And maybe not yell at him, but maybe you guys should have a more interworking relationship and actually talk to one another about things instead of trying to ego check each other.
We'll see about that.
We'll use this We'll use this as a way to see if he is capable of keeping up with you.
Yes, and if he is, then I will happily work with him. However, just because he is a captain doesn't mean that he can have all of the power. He is especially new here. Not even my family, definitely not my family, but me, I have been here for many, many years, since the start of Lunarum. I know the inner workings, ins and outs, the secret locations. I know a lot about Lunarum, which is...
I mean, if worse comes worse, you can just use him as a sword hand. I mean, he is really good at swinging that greatsword, if I do say so myself.
What's wrong with that sword?
And he does like put a piece of his hair behind his ears. He's being a little shit on purpose.
Yeah. Well, that I can't deny. He has skill. There's a reason he's a captain, but there's also a reason he was put here. He may be skilled, but it doesn't matter if you're stupid. So, we'll see if he has a brain to back up that brawn.
Or you could be his brain.
You're getting ahead of yourself, Muno.
When do I know?
For now, let's... Because it's fair. You got yourself into this mess.
Well, I got also every one of you in this mess as well.
Yes. Thank you for that.
Of course, anytime.
As that banter is happening, the rest of your your band comes back to the Crimson Library.
As they do enter, Muno does look like he's...
You said
He is...
the band.
I did.
There is like a playful smile on Muno's face as he's talking to her.
She does, Samara doesn't have a lot of expressions, but she does seem, given the circumstances, slightly amused, and then she appreciates the banter. As the rest of you...
Muno's madness.
We found a broken ring on a body.
A ring? Well, that's strange. May I see it? And Simon walks up to the desk. Iskra, you also come in around the same time. Is there a left?
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay. You just didn't say anything.
Well, did I have to? Sorry.
It
It seemed like they
Sean
were
brought up the
talking.
ring, so I figured you would bring up yours, but fair enough. Anyways, yeah.
I was
Simon
waiting until he
opens
had
up.
put it down. I was going to bring mine up in a moment.
Yeah, he puts his on the desk and opens it up and. Whoop. Okay.
Sorry, we're discussing theories.
Yeah, I can see that. That's perfectly fine with me. Puts it down. I'll be honest, I have no idea what this means. It's magic. It's not my purview. Specialty, definitely not. But it was also shriveled. There was no symbols on him or anything, not like the one in the center or the one here. So I don't know what that means. But it seems like a similar situation if there's no shadow, drained of vitality, and he puts down the body behind the counter, opens it up a little bit, and Samara kneels. Yeah, Samara kneels and looks over the body herself. Yeah, unfortunate. These souls are probably beyond saving, even if we did take them to either the temples and paid as much as we could.
They have no soul. I think their souls were destroyed.
Not even that.
And
It's... Yes, Sean?
I posed a question to Simon of... I'm pretty sure that I saw their shadow, this man's shadow, running from his room right after a scream. So if we fought their shadows, where's the girl's shadow?
That is strange. But... it's not impossible for shadows to be controlled. And usually, these creatures are... they seek out others that are untainted by evil if they separate from their host or their parent, and shadows usually feed on the darker sides of people. It is said that if you pushed aside your darker urges, that a shadow can manifest and it will essentially kill you and leave your body, and it can be forced. There's many magical means of which in doing so it can just be a phenomenon, but something like this many people suddenly changing.
I might have more on that, actually, with what I investigated.
And that is?
Well, I put the similar ring on the table. I found he also had a ring, but in talking to his wife, he's not only had this ring for a while, but I didn't get the exact details out of her, but I believe was recently given a sizable chunk of money to either potentially wear this ring or to silence him about it. But whatever's been in work here has been here a while and is probably paying people to set up whatever is happening here.
That's even more worrying, especially given the time. I mean, it is last seed, finally. The 13th is a blood moon, specifically the revelry of life, which many don't celebrate, but vampires in particular do, considering Lethane is usually a big part of that. The creator of vampires believed to be, or at least the ones on the material plane. Either way, the blood moon, especially since it's Thale's cycle, it's believed that it is more evil. There are a thinner veil between the more evil planes. Meanwhile, the cycles of Arwa are believed to be thinner veils between more celestial realms. So, if something is being set in place, it would probably happen or fall on the night of the 13th, or somewhere between the 15th and 21st of last seed, considering unstable skies is, well, when the elemental planes are easier to reach. It could be a handful of things that are trying to be at play here, whether it's nature-based or actual evil.
In that case, I think the first thing we have to do is, are you two planning to work together on this? Because if not, we have information to share with Samara.
Simon looks expectantly at Samara, as he seems fully on board to work with her, and she glances around and
smiles at her.
Yes, I'll work with you on this. The main
As
reason
equal
I'm
partners.
Yes,
Simon.
equal partners is an important part of it, and he nods. Yes, of course. The main reason I was so not willing to work with you is because my family ring went missing the second you stopped asking me for invites to speak on the manners of Lunarum. Seemed rather suspicious to me, and maybe it was poor timing on your part to stop being annoyingly persistent. But it's also the reason why I haven't been able to be out and about during the daylight. My family ring has been in my family for generations and was on me, obviously. I don't know when or how it went missing, but I went to step out of the Crimson Library around the beginning of Sun's Height, and last month I started to burn and I realized my ring had somehow gone missing. I do not have any idea where it is. Anytime I've tried to scry on it, it's not able to be reached, so somebody knows that I would be looking for it and has protected it somewhere. It does limit how I can operate.
Yeah, that's really not good.
Unfortunately. But, that being said, I'm willing to work, and Simon is as well, so what is this information you have to give us both?
Well, I guess we should start with we're accepting her offer, right? Because we've all kind of agreed to that.
Yeah.
I know Izzy isn't here, but Izzy said like
Izzy
7
said
times
yes.
we're accepting there. So, we were going to we had discussed it, and we were going to accept your offer to work with you in the morning, Samara. So just upfront on that, and so we would have probably shared this with you then anyway. But I'm gonna show them the.
Oh, am I pulling out the letter?
No, we're working on something way
Okay.
more valuable. I'm gonna show them the coin.
Okay.
Simon seems confused. However, Samara, there's an immediate frown on her face as she looks it over. Strange? Is it... are you holding it with your hand, or are
No.
you just... Okay. So,
Okay,
just
with
curious on how she would react, yeah. On if she would touch it or not.
We found this on the Death Rider we killed, and given that it is a part of 3, assume that it is likely got to do with the plan they are acting on.
It just brings more and more questions. Why... With the shadows, it maybe puts some light on things, ironically enough. They feast on the basest impulses and strongest temptations within people, which means somebody, theorizing, I don't know, I haven't studied these rings, they seem to have broken and then the shadows got loose. Or maybe they were... It all happened so similarly, there can't be just a a coincidence to this. It has to have been set in place, but because of how everything went down, it seems rather sloppy. Which means, looks at Muno, you likely stumbled upon something you really shouldn't have that set most of this in motion, which does mean we should probably be heading over to Diony's Manor in case.
We should get walking.
What got set in motion?
Huh?
About that, let's walk and talk.
No.
We should go walk and talk. Muno's saying he already started walking.
Uno, what did you step in? We said we weren't doing anything so that we
Actually, me and Simon stumbled upon it.
Where were you with
Simon? Simon looks really like... Samara immediately, puts her hands up. There seems to be some inner stress going on here.
You
However, we
telling
don't
me
have
this
time.
all is happening now because you did the one thing we agreed we weren't gonna do?
I didn't know it was gonna be like that.
Which is why we agreed not to do it till the morning, because we didn't know what we were stepping in.
This was new.
It doesn't seem that new.
I did. Simon speaks up. I did try to say we would, wait a little, search out the manor, but I mean,
Yeah, and you still
Muno
caved.
had a good point. I mean, Muno made a good point, and Samara sighs. It's for the better, perhaps. It seems to have thrown whatever this is off the tracks, this Death Rider, perhaps. So maybe it's a good thing.
Except if we had done it as a group, we could have simply investigated the manor instead of setting off a key event where we might have now missed what happened at the manor.
We're walking and talking.
I assume, yes, it's still arguing, but it's just walking while arguing.
Look, all I saw was I saw illusions. I reported it to a god, and then the god brought Simon, and then we just had a
Why
discussion.
were you even looking for illusions? We weren't supposed to
I wasn't
investigate
looking
until
for it.
tomorrow.
I saw it as I wasn't looking out for illusion. I just saw it as I was taking a nice, lovely stroll with Lewis in the Lunar High Wall.
You were only in the Lunar High Walls, which we agreed not to explore until tomorrow because you were looking for trouble. And don't tell me you weren't.
I was not. I was having a nice little conversation with Lewis.
I want to insight check that because
I'm not
what
even
Muno has
bothering
told me.
insight check that. I do not believe that.
Muno
Went there looking for trouble.
Actually, yeah, you know what?
Yeah, so if you
From
believe
what-
that, yeah, you
I would say this. But he's telling the truth on he was not looking for trouble in the Lunar High Walls. He just somehow stumbled upon it.
But he was only in the Lunar High Walls because he was looking for something. And the fact he was looking for something is against what we agreed.
No, to be completely honest, honesty here. He just wanted to take a stroll through the lunar highways just because he's like, okay, I just wanted to see. And he...
Yes, but
If
we
you
knew
really-
there was something happening there and had agreed we weren't going to inspect
Oh,
there.
yeah,
And
yeah,
you
that.
specifically said you were activating the fact to look for illusions. You were looking for trouble.
Just in case. It's just something he innately has. I have to tell Sam whenever he's looking.
Well, that's my point, is the fact you chose to look means you were looking for trouble.
It's an innate ability, so it is kind of...
But innate ability or not, if Dicey has to specify that they're looking, means they use the ability because they were looking for illusions because they were looking for trouble. They have to trigger it.
Yep, Muno, for future reference, please don't go looking for chaos without the group. If you notice something, please just wait.
Well, in that case, Muno's not going to say anything because I need to leave.
Oh no.
Okay.
I know it's way early. Do we just want to end here?
Because, I mean, yeah, because it would just be you guys, and you're
'cause
going to
Izzy's
the
not
manor.
here, and it seems kind of important. So, like, half the
Yeah,
party
yeah.
being gone.
Do you know Izzy's is going to be coming?
Izzy
no?
said they'd be late, but they have no clue how late. So if they're not going to show up for like another hour and a half, 2 hours, we don't want to discover what's going on in the manor without them.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's unfortunate. It's okay, though. This, it's definitely very early, but you guys did some sleuthing.
And also, and now you can stream on YouTube.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I
we
got
figured
that
that
set up.
out.
So it'll auto save to my YouTube. So because the problem is I started downloading and then it has some sort of problem and I forget to restart it later and I've lost more sessions than I should have because I'm bad at it. But now that's not a problem. I fixed it. I'm gonna stop streaming now
Okay.
All right.
because we're
Well,
stopping
I need
session.
to get going.